Shvua Tov, everyone. Well, and Shana Tova. I assume that all of you were locked in and sealed for a good and sweet year on Yom Kippur a few days ago. Now it is time for our reward, the Sukkot Festival, which starts tomorrow night. Welcome to video number 112 in our TillesTells Stories for Saturday Night group. I adapted and supplemented this story from a report by Rabbi Shmuel Lu in a 2013 email of the Avner Institute. Its title is Preferable to Silver. Mr. Zalman Jaffe, of blessed memory, was a mainstay of the Lubavitcher community in Manchester, England. He and his wife Rosalind were introduced to the Lubavitcher Rebbe in the early days of the Rebbe's leadership. Eventually, this acquaintance developed into personal friendship, both with the Rebbe and with the Rebbetzin. And each year, the Jaffes merited regular visits, especially during Shavuot, which were recorded, transcribed, and published annually in Reb Zalman's popular diary, My Encounter with the Rebbe series. It was during one of these annual visits that their daughter, Hindi, who's the wife of the veteran and popular shliach of the Rebbe to London, Rabbi Shmuel Lu, got a peek at the Rebbe's ornate silver menorah. Yet in spite of its size and beauty, the Rebbe didn't use it. He preferred a simple one, a small and simple one for which he used for the mitzvah of lighting Hanukkah candles. Mr. Jaffe also had such a memory. The sight at Farbrengens of the Rebbe being handed a plain bottle of wine in a paper bag for the Kos Shel Brachos, the cup of blessings, from which the Rebbe would personally distribute small cups of wine to whoever filed by him. He decided that something more fitting than a paper bag was needed. Therefore, for the Rebbe's 80th birthday, on the 11th of Nisan, 5742, that is 4 days before Passover in 1982, he thought to present the Rebbe on behalf of the Manchester community with a lovely silver decanter. He worried, however, that the Rebbe wouldn't use it. So he decided to first write to the Rebbetzin Chaya Musia, the Rebbe's wife, explaining his community's desire to honor the Rebbe with an impressive gift, but on the other hand, his own reluctance to do something if it would be against the Rebbe's wishes. He asked the Rebbetzin to consult with her husband, adding that he would call a week later for the answer. A week passed. Then, courageously, Mr. Jaffe phoned the Rebbetzin at home. The Rebbetzin replied that the Rebbe had not reacted. However, a day or so later, Mr. Jaffe received a letter from the Rebbe, at the end of which was the Rebbe's response, and which I shall read to you in order that you hear the precise wording. P.S. Mrs. Schneerson told me about the request about the bottle and the paper bag. Forgive me, but while we will accept the thought as though it actually happened, I prefer a bottle with a paper bag more than a beautiful silver bottle. He gave another example. I have many silver Etrog boxes, but I prefer to use a cardboard box. Sukkah connection. In conclusion, the Rebbe added, listen to this, there are many reasons, but I'll tell you one of them that I hope you will understand. I do not want to make a barrier between my way of life and the way of life of those around me. Wow. In the holiday prayers, we refer to Sukkot as the festival of our rejoicing. In other words, Sukkot is considered our happiest holiday. Chag Sameach, everyone.